So good morning students. So the previous class we already studied about the different types of computer on the basis of construction and on the basis of configuration. So here today I am going to discuss about the functional components of a computer. So I think in two classes it is already completed during the offline classes. I think in the one class it is not completed. So those who are completed that note, just watch the video, not make that notes to your notebook. But you are already completed that notes. So in those classes it is not completed, they can make that notes. So here functional components of the computer. So important figure is that here one figure you need to draw. Yeah, each computer containing mainly three different modules are there, three different components are there. So input unit and the CPU, central processing unit, and the output unit. So this is the figure. You need to draw that figure block diagram of a computer. So the question is like that. Functional components of a computer, you need to just draw this figure first. So in your textbook page number 8, in Sumita Arora page number 8, that figure is available. So you can draw that figure. So look at that. It containing mainly three part: input unit, then CPU, then output. Inside that CPU there is a main memory is there. In addition to that main memory there is one secondary memory is also there. So here we need to explain each box only. So input unit, what do you mean by input unit? So input unit is nothing but, so here in order to perform anything, computer need to receive the instruction from the user. So here all the instruction that is given by the using the input unit. The better example of an input unit is input device is keyboard and mouse. So here the computers need to receive the data and instruction to solve any problem. The input unit is basically links an external world or environment to the computer system. So in order to link that external world means the user to the computer via the input unit only. So the user give the input via the input unit. For example, better example is while typing through the keyboard we can give the input to the computer. So then after giving that input is the CPU, the central processing unit, to do some operations. For example, simple example, I will give the 2 plus 3 as an input, 2 plus 3, not 2 plus 3, 2 and 3 as an input. Then I tell to the computer I want the operation like addition operation. So then the central processing unit CPU that perform the 2 plus 3 and give that output. Output is what? 2 plus 3 is equal to 5. Then that 5 is displayed through that output unit. So this is the common means main working of that overall computer. So here what is in the CPU? Look at that. In the CPU there is ALU, CU means control unit, then registers are there. So here first one is called ALU. So ALU means what? Arithmetic and logical unit. So in the computer we need to do some more arithmetic and logical operations. It is nothing but arithmetical operation means arithmetic, addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, modulus operation, like that. Logical operation means we need to compare, like that, less than or is equal to, greater than or equal to, not equal to, like that. All the comparison operations or the logical operation is done by logical unit. So it is both combined together to form arithmetic and a logical unit. So the second one is called control unit. Control unit is nothing but it controls the overall operations performed inside the CPU. So registers are the smallest memory only. Registers are the smallest memory, but it is very fastest memory. So here containing the memory part containing main memory and the secondary memory. So there is some difference between main memory and secondary memory. So just listen carefully. Main memory is nothing but our primary memory. Our RAM and ROM is under this main memory category. Secondary memory is nothing but like that. Secondary memory is like our hard disk, then our pen drive, CD, DVD. So these are the secondary and secondary memory. So then what is one important point is that secondary memory is very larger as compared to the main memory or primary memory. So secondary memory containing huge amount of spaces, but the main memory or primary memory containing only less amount of space. So but the important point you need to study that the processor. So in the CPU containing one processor, the processor has the direct connection only with that main memory or the primary memory. So there is no connection to the processor and the secondary memory. So if you want to do any operation from data, first you should move to that main memory or primary memory, because the processor has a direct connection to the main memory. So this is the main difference between main memory and secondary memory. So then output unit means we already studied that output unit. Output unit is simply like that all the operation we want the output, so it is given by the output unit. The better example of an output unit is means what? Monitor and printer. Monitor gives it in the display form, printer gives it like that hard copy. If you want the hard copy, the printer is give that in a paper. And then if you want the output as a sound, we can use a speaker. So these are the different types of output unit. So this is only the explanation for this figure. So we can read one by one. So look at that first one, input unit. So computer need to receive the data instruction to solve any problem. The input unit is basically links the external world or environment to the computer system. So I already explained what is this input unit. So second one is called the CPU. So once the data and instructions are received from the input devices, they are to be processed in this unit. So it can be considered as the heart or the brain of the computer system. So it consists of mainly three major units. First one is called control unit. I explained that what I mean by control unit. So CPU containing control unit, arithmetic logic unit, then registers, and the memory unit also. So here CPU. So CPU containing first one is called control unit. So I already told that control unit is control and coordinate all the activities of the CPU. So here, what are the main operation performed by the control unit is like that here. Fetching the data and instruction from the main memory. So I already told that all the data first we need to save it to the main memory. Then interpreting this instruction. Then controlling the transfer of the data and instruction to and from that main memory. So then control input and output devices, the overall supervision of the computer system, which means that the overall operation performed in a CPU is controlled by whom? The control unit. So next one is called arithmetic logic unit. So arithmetic logic unit I already explained that ALU means all arithmetic operations like addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, and all the logical operations like logical and, logical or, logical not, and the relational operations like equal to, not equal to, greater than or equal to, like that all the operations are performed by logical unit. So both together are called arithmetic and logical unit. So next one is called registers. So registers is nothing but a small memory unit. It is a temporary storage area which is used to store the instruction and the immediate data which may be generated during the processing. Which means that what is register means for all the intermediate output, all the intermediate result are stored in the registers only. All the intermediate it is stored in the register only. So next one is called memory unit. So memory containing both primary memory and secondary memory. So primary memory is nothing but our RAM and ROM, and secondary memory is like a hard disk, a pen drive, a floppy disk, etc. So this is the main three components within that CPU. So first one is control unit, arithmetic logic unit, then registers, then memory unit. So then last unit is called output unit. So output, what is the use of output? If you want to see your output, through via in monitor, we can use the monitor. Or if you want the hard copy output, we can use the printer. If you want that output in the form of sound, we can use a speaker. So this is an explanation for this figure, block diagram of a computer. The question is like that, functional components of a computer. So here those students are not completed this note. So write down your fair notebook and send us. I think 2 classes I already explained this chapter and this portion. So those students are not write that. Those students are not completed. Then write that note to fair notebook and send. Okay, hope you understand this class. So this much only the first chapter. The tomorrow onwards we can start the next chapter, second chapter. So first chapter we already complete almost topics, all the topics we complete. Then tomorrow onwards we can start the second chapter. Chapter name is types of hardware. So tomorrow onwards we can start the second chapter. So we can study the book, the Sumita Arora book back. Some questions are there, some solved questions are there. So after finishing these notes, you can solve that note, means that question answer one by one. So one by one then there is a solved questions are there. Then you can write that solved questions also to your fair notebook. So then I will give one day to submit that question answer. So now you study these functional components and make the note and send via WhatsApp. So if you have any doubt, you can ask personally via WhatsApp. Thank you.